All right, we're live. Texans take care of business. Perfect day in Nashville. I would say, based on what to expect, what you wanted to see from the Texans, I would say this was probably the ideal result for the Texans. You saw the starters very briefly. They were sharp. C.J. Stroud, no incompletions. He throws a touchdown pass to Nico Collins. Texans end up scoring. And then those guys go to the sidelines, and then from there, you're basically in cruise control. And now, right now, the Texans await either the Chargers or the Steelers. Chargers, if they win, you'll face the Chargers. If they lose, you'll face the Steelers. It'll be either Saturday or Monday. And that's really all you could ask when it comes to today's result. It is a Locker Room post-game show, number one source for Texans digital content. I am Landry Locker. That was an awkward game. I'll be honest. That was one of the most awkward, blah rivalry matchups in the history of the NFL. And quite frankly, the end of the NFL season can be kind of awkward. I've been a little bit under the weather. Got my throat tea. But other than that, that was about everything you could expect from a Texans perspective. Will Anderson and Christian Harris not active. C.J. Stroud not active for long. Davis Mills goes in. He looks good. But yeah, there's no like set scenario where they would play Monday. It's just sometimes they throw on Monday. So they could, the Chargers would maybe increase. It could be the Steelers. But there's no like set scenario where they play Monday at all. David says I sound better. Yeah, a little bit better. Battling the weather. Got the fluids, got the cough drops, got all that stuff. I have a question, though, after this game. And we'll hear from DeMeco. We'll hear from CJ whenever they speak. Here is my question about this game that I think sticks out the most. What is the deal with Dameon Pierce? Why is Dameon Pierce unplayable at times or appear to be unplayable when it's crucial, but whenever there's like some sort of mop-up duty or there's some sort of opportunity like this, he looks good? What do we make of that? I can't quite put my finger around it, because I think we all agree that you probably need an RB2 that you trust a little bit more than Dameon Pierce. But you see what he did his rookie year. You see what happened last year where he was kind of unplayable. This year against New England, he has the long run. In this game, he has the long run. The broadcasters are gushing over him. What exactly is there to make of this? Like, can this guy be a piece for this team or not? Is there some sort of role that is there that they haven't been able to establish? I think it's safe to say he's your best kick return option. So regardless of whether he's a running back option or not, he is your best kick return option. So there is a place for Dameon Pierce on this team, on special teams. But what do we make of the fact that at times this guy looks like a guy that can be a really good RB2, and then at other times, which is really kind of the majority of the time, he looks damn near unplayable? I don't know what to make of that. I do find it really, really, really interesting, though, to see that and to just kind of see that Dameon can look like a real serviceable running back at times, and then other times just look unplayable. Because this team could use a second option with Joe Mixon. They just don't often make that happen. I'm really confused as to what to make of that. Right now, the Chargers are in action. I'm actually going to make a bet right now on my account. We're up to 3,000. You can use the promo code YouTube150 if you'd like. I'm actually going to make a bet on my account right now before this game kicks off. We're up to 3K. I think it's going to be up to 3,200 after the props. I only started out with about 1,200. Got it up. Use the promo code YouTube150. But the Chargers, if they win, they're going to face the Texans. They're facing the Raiders. I know the Raiders have been scrappy. but I'm just not going to buy that. I think the Chargers, like the Steelers, are going to want to face the Texans. I'm actually going to put $500 on this. I'm going to put $500 on this game right now. Chargers -7. So that's where we're going to go. You might be witnessing me losing $500, but that's where we're going. $500 to win $450. So there you go. That could be burning money. We'll see how that goes. Promo code YouTube 150 if you want to get in. Judge Dredd says honey and lemon with the then wrap it in a plate to sweat it to sweat out the stuff. Yeah, I'm sweating it out. Trust me. There is some honey in this throat coat. We'll hear from DeMeco in a sec. Brandon says the Raiders are going to win. Well, then I just lost $500. Charge it to the game if that happens. Charge it to the game if that happens. Other thing I want to talk about. What did y'all make of Davis Mills today? I thought Davis Mills looked pretty good. I know that Davis Mills is kind of an easy target. I thought Davis Mills looked really good today. I like that he's able to QB sneak. Is it not weird? Like, why can Will Levis not QB sneak? He's like a massive human being. And for whatever reason, he cannot QB sneak. I like that Davis Mills can. I almost wonder if on short yardage, if maybe Davis Mills should be a little bit of an option for the Texans. Because the one thing I hate that's kind of surfaced from that Jets game last year with the Texans is that now they just don't QB sneak with CJ Stroud anymore. They've just completely quit doing that. And I think that kind of sucks. A little bit. Deontay Johnson could have had a touchdown today. Davis Mills kind of threw it behind him. But that kind of happens. But it was just an overall, just kind of an awkward game. The real fun starts when we get a clear picture of what's going on with the playoffs, which we'll have in a few hours. SNL will have special coverage tomorrow at 9 a.m. But in the meantime, let's hear from DeMeco Ryans. Let's hear what old DeMeco had to say after the Texans dub. Here's head coach DeMeco Ryans.
He's giving all praise, honor, and glory to him for his opportunity to finish out our season. Just in a strong manner, proud of all our guys. Proud of our guys for back-to-back 10-win seasons, finishing undefeated on the road in our division. Just efforts today by DP, starting with him to have over 170 yards rushing and a long run. Like it was really good to see him be productive and make plays for us in the running game. And I thought Davis did a really nice job stepping in. He was efficient, moving the football down the field. CJ, our first drive out, thought he did a really nice job of operating, running the offense, guys operating in an efficient manner. So just proud of the collective effort from everyone. Defensively, Derek Barnett had a big day for us, to get 2 sacks and to get the fumble recovery for a touchdown. That was a huge play for us. So we had a lot of guys play, a lot of guys made plays, but what I'm most proud of is that guys played our brand of football.
What in particular do you feel like you learned from this game, after?
Our guys just played good ball, and it's not anything that we learned specifically. Guys played well. Guys did what they had to do.
In terms of confidence and everything going forward in playing, that's pretty much exactly how you wanted to draw it up. Where you're able to rest guys, but they got into some rhythm before.
And for sure, I wanted to make sure our guys got into a rhythm offensively to start. So I thought we did that in our first drive, and we were able to get guys out and come out healthy. That was the main thing in this game.
DeMeco Ryans live after the game. They don't have the mics up on the questions out there.
For us, and everything I talk about for me is like owning the present moment. So right here, right now, I feel like our team has played really good football throughout the year. We've earned the right to play postseason football, which is always our goal. And we're excited for whatever opportunity comes next, whoever will play. Not sure who that'll be yet, but I'm so proud of our guys for the effort, the mindset, the way they work to put us in a position where we are now. Very proud of this team.
Watch party tonight with the team, or all guys can do their own thing.
No watch party. Everybody be doing their own thing. Hopefully, just resting up, getting ready to go.
Watch party. What, to watch the Chargers? Okay.
The thing about DP is what I always mention for all our guys. Whenever you get your opportunity, it's about what you do with that opportunity, right? And maximizing. And DP, he maximized opportunities today with the carries that he had, made some really big runs for us. So I was excited. I think our whole entire sideline was excited to see him play the way he's played for us.
Yeah, kind of going off of that, just how cool it was to see guys like Thomas and guys who had gone on in the game early, but stay kind of in it. And
Yeah, where would they have a watch party at? So that's what they're gonna have a watch party. What are they
You
gonna
see
do?
our sideline in the game, no matter who's in, when they're in, like everybody's still locked into the game, and they're excited to see their brothers go make plays.
CJ,
Like,
wanna
that's
come
what
to the
our
watch
team is
party?
about. We have a tight football team, right? We have a special bond, special team, and that's what you see. That's why you see our sideline operate the way they operate. They like to have fun, like to see other guys making plays, and it's exciting. And that's what football is about. And that's what our guys are about.
Deontay Johnson got a taste of it. You feel like you got what you wanted from him. It's just
Coach.
And Deontay has done a really nice job since he's been here. I think he's catching up to speed really well. He had a really good week of practice and made a nice play there today for us. Tried to get it to him a few other times, but it didn't work out. But, man, I'm encouraged by his last week of practice and encouraged by the game today.
Be interesting to see what role he plays in the playoffs.
Yeah. Right now, coming off the field, anytime you can run the ball the way we ran it, I thought our all lines collectively did a really nice job. I thought pass pro and running the football and rushing, like guys did a really good job of staying attached on their blocks and giving us the running lanes that we needed to make those plays. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, there you go. DeMeco, short and sweet. Telling you, man. Awkward ass day. Davis Mills did his thing. DeMeco seems pretty pleased. A couple of comments that stick out. L. Reed says, hey, did you notice how long Tunsil played? I think that was the first time he didn't rest in a Week 18 matchup. Maybe I'm wrong, but happy to say, yeah, the offensive line, those guys don't deserve rest. They need to play at least a half. I had no problem with that. Yeah, you don't. Tunsil doesn't get the mix in. Collins, CJ, Will Anderson, Harrod. Nah, get out there and figure it out. Still had a couple of false starts. So yeah, the offensive line, they didn't deserve rest. They need to get out there and figure something out. Chris says watching Mills in the pocket really amplified what's wrong. What's wrong with CJ? That boy seeing ghosts in the backfield. So you watched Davis Mills and it made you think about CJ. Interesting. I just thought Davis played good for a backup. You watched it and thought, damn, this guy looks better than, more comfortable than CJ back there. Interesting. Really interesting. Timeout Houston says, what a horrible season. It's not over yet, my friend. They still got the playoffs. They still got either the Chargers or the Steelers coming to town. Then they're going to have a second round matchup with most likely either Buffalo or Kansas City. Season's not over. Crazier things have happened than this team make a run. I could easily see them getting knocked out in the first round too. But I mean, it's been a season. I mean, it's not rock bottom. I think rock bottom would be if they hadn't made the playoffs. I wouldn't say it's just a horrible season. I would say if your expectations were high, I think the word disappointing is fine. I think I like El's mindset. I don't disagree. Like we were talking way higher expectations. I mean, there would be some pleasant surprises, but I think that's the right mindset. I think the wrong mindset, me personally, not going to tell anyone how to fan is, well, look where they were 2 years ago. That means nothing in the NFL. But they're right. They have the opportunity to finish better than they did last year. They have that opportunity. Now, before the season, if I would have told you, hey, this is where they're going to be, they're going to have the exact same record. The offense is going to be worse. And they're going to be in the same situation. I think a lot of you probably would have been disappointed. So I don't fault anyone for increasing their expectations. I don't fault anyone for that. I think that's fair to say. But I mean, different strokes for different folks. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Mills look good. I think short yardage. I don't like that the Texans don't have the QB sneak option. Short yardage. If he can give me a QB sneak option, maybe we can get down with that. It's been meh, not bleh. Don't know what that means. I don't know. It's been horrible because I put some money on CJ. Hey, I drafted him in fantasy. Trust me. Sucked. Justin says, I'm still rolling with CJ, but Mills definitely looks more comfortable behind the line. So it's not a solo that's not a solo opinion. Damn, I didn't know this was the direction we were headed. But sometimes the people speak, and sometimes you just got to adjust. You got to pivot. I'm not starting Mills over CJ, but seeing Mills up into the pocket and lob the pass that Woods fumbled, if that was CJ, it would have rolled out of the backfield. I thought Mills looked good. My wife, who's battling the flu with me, she said behind me, I kind of gave her a dirty look, like a what? She said, I think Davis Mills is a good quarterback. I said, huh? She said, yeah, I think he's pretty good. He looks pretty good. I said, okay. Now the people are saying it. Community's saying it. CJ is scared, according to Judge. Are you okay? Okay, here we go. Primetime V. This is game time mode right here. This is what I like. Are you okay with the design fade for Nico on 3rd and 1? I don't hate it. I don't think it wasn't like a true fade because there was a little more space. He was a little more inside. The fade, which is what I actually used to run in high school, doubles right 92, would be kind of where there's no sideline. I think that's a tough one to run, but the one that they ran, I thought was okay because it was a little more inside. I'm old school when it comes to the 3rd and 1. I want a QB sneak. I'm a QB sneak guy. Almost to a detriment. I'm QB sneak all day. Like what the Eagles do now, I absolutely love it. But yeah, I'm fine with it, Nico. And let's be honest, there was limited time with these guys. So they got Nico his style, they got Mixon his style, they got CJ a touchdown pass. So I don't know if that would have been the play call in the playoffs. But no, I don't have too much of a problem with it. They got really serious problems in the red zone. So they got to figure that out. Deontay Johnson should have had a touchdown. I thought he looked fine. They're going to get him involved in the playoffs. He's going to be a factor. How much, who knows? But look, Deontay Johnson could be a factor for this team next year. And right now, he's your second most talented receiver. He's better than John Mechie. He's better than Xavier Hutchinson. And he's better than Robert Woods. So I don't know that that's saying too much, but that's just kind of what it is. But I thought he looked fine. Mills kind of missed him. Mills even immediately, kind of patted his chest when he missed him. Let's hear from CJ Stroud. I'm going to get some cough drops too. Here is CJ Stroud after the Texans dub. Again, they got the mics low. It's a long-ass question. Look at him. He's trying to figure it out.
We enjoy being around one another, so just the opportunity to be around one another is definitely just amazing because, this year has been a lot of ups and downs, but we've always stuck together. Every obstacle we face, we always, just mesh well more, and we just come together in those moments. And I kind of just showed right there in that game, just seeing some of the younger guys play or some of the guys who really don't get ops, but also, DB getting a touchdown, like just those moments are fun.
Given those ups and downs that you mentioned, CJ, do you think that really equips you guys, your second year going into the playoffs again, just knowing how this year went? Do you think that
it's funny watching CJ without the question being said? He's trying to size it up. He's like, man, this is a long one.
Yeah, sure. And, those adversities and those them hard times definitely, build those calluses. And
that must have been a romantic question.
We've played really well against some of the best teams in the league and just haven't finished the right way. So, I think we give ourselves our best op by just playing Texan brand football. And so, those trials and tribulations definitely are going to help, in my opinion.
What is Texans brand football? Defense, right? Defense, forcing turnovers. Right.
I mean, really, just every play matters. I mean, it's really the same even during the regular season. It's just it's more amped up definitely during playoffs, just because guys are playing harder. It's a lot on the line, and the main thing is just every play, not going forward. Not taking anything back. But even when things happen, just staying positive. That's something that I learned from last year.
Anything else? I know you and Bryce are pretty tight. You just helped lead the Panthers to a win over the Falcons and had like 5 touchdowns
Dang right.
in the game. So just some of your thoughts on that. See, your brother played very well and close out the season.
Yeah, he been balling, man. I'm so happy for him. That guys around him are rallying around him, but he's leading them and doing what he got to do, to make plays. And I'm really just happy for him, and very, 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 very just like it inspires me to keep going, and I definitely I'm always a big fan of his, always will be. So, it's a brother of mine, and it's good to hear that. I'm probably watch highlights when I get in the bus.
All set, guys?
All right, man. God bless y'all. Have a good one.
All right. That is CJ Stroud straight off there. Very quick, too. Very, very quick as well from CJ Stroud. Just kind of where it is. But yeah, Mills did his thing as well. This is going to be a short one. Not going to lie. Not feeling great. Going to ice up before we get to the playoff preview. Another thing I want to kind of touch on, because this was kind of another storyline today. And the Chargers, by the way, and the Raiders, right now the Raiders got the rock. Chargers have already punted. It's scoreless. If the Chargers win, the Texans take on the Chargers. If they lose, they take on the Steelers. But as far as the Titans goes, please take a quarterback, right? Like if you're looking at this whole situation with the Tennessee Titans, and you know that they're a division rival, you don't necessarily want them to get to find the next big thing. And I know there's no inexact there's an obvious inexact science to drafting quarterbacks, and they make fools of us all. And sometimes guys start off strong and then they emerge. And sometimes guys that you think are going to be once in a generation, they end up flopping. And then guys that end up being the second or third taken, they end up being the guy. And sometimes it takes a few years to know. But with the quarterbacks that we're talking about, the Titans taken, not only would, from like a Texans point of view, would it not scare me for the Titans to take a quarterback? It would almost be welcomed. Like if y'all want to make it work with Shedeur Sanders, if you want to make it work with Cam Ward, more power to you. I root for Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward's a good player. But there is no fear in the Tennessee Titans having the first pick in the draft. I don't think Hunter would be a good first pick either. I think Travis Hunter he's more valuable in college because he's playing every snap. He's going to have to choose one or the other in college. I don't think Travis Hunter is a number one pick, I don't think that's a good pick. I know everyone's really high on it. What's he going to be? What's he going to be, like wide receiver 3 and cornerback like CB2? That doesn't really scare me either. To be honest with you, he's not playing two-way. He's not playing two ways. He's going to have to pick one way, and he's not going to be as effective. So that's not really terrifying either, to be honest with you. There's no like elite edge guy. Take a quarterback. Take Travis Hunter. That's even better. Don't think that's a thing. Did not think I was going to come into here and there be a Davis Mills, CJ Stroud debate break out. That's just kind of where we are. Davis Mills. He looked that good today. So the question remains, Bill Goldberg style, who's next? Is it going to be the Chargers? Is it going to be the Steelers? I think the Chargers pose quite a threat, although I think the Steelers have some problems as well, though. The Russell Wilson situation, if Justin Fields would have done what Russell Wilson did at the end of that game yesterday, or performed the way he did the last 4 games, he would have already been benched. And I don't think Justin Fields is like the end-all, be-all, but what Russell Wilson did at the end of that game, just running into the hit at the end and the way in which he's composed himself, Justin Fields would have already been benched. So who knows what happens with the Steelers? They got a lot of issues. Mike Tomlin also cost them the game yesterday by going complete meathead and going forward on 4th and 1 at the 38 at the end of the second quarter. So we'll see what happens. I think Harbaugh has the in-game coaching advantage. Both pose threats to the Texans' offensive line. Chargers have the better quarterback. Either team can beat the Texans, and the Texans can beat either team. So it's going to be a hell of a thing to talk about. And finally, the awkward phase of the season is over. We've known the Texans will be in the playoffs next week. A couple hours from now, we'll have a more clear picture. I'm going to get my mind right. You get your mind right. And always remember, when it comes to this Texan stuff, we're all in it together. Subscribe, like, right along. SNL tomorrow morning. Appreciate y'all for coming through in the locker room. By the way, shout out to Derek Barnett for that touchdown. 2 touchdowns on the season. Good Lord, get out of his way when he gets that rock. Shout out to Davis Mills, too. Did not know Davis Mills, CJ Stroud dialogue would invade. Shout out to BetUS, too, for sponsoring the postgame show. Appreciate y'all for coming through. I'm going to go ice up.